Hi everyone, it's Wendy. Just a quick little haul about some stuff. Also, maybe do a little observation or ranting. Um, I saw in one of my groups that somebody mentioned an Etsy shop that was selling Suquane tape or score tape, and I went on there just to look, and this comes out of Korea, South Korea. And the interesting thing is they had 1/5 inch score tape. And I thought, oh, that is great. Because you get the 1/8 inch and it's like, for one thing, it doesn't stay on the roll. And a lot of times it's just, I mean, it's nice as a fill-in if you need just that 1/8 inch. Because let's say you're trying to fill in something with that's a 1/2 inch and you're out of 3/8 inch, you can use a 1/4 and an 1/8. Okay. But I thought, oh, 1/5 inch. And this arrived really quick. I think I ordered it like 5 days ago and it's already here. I wasn't expecting it for a couple weeks. But yeah, that's 1/5 inch from my ruler. And that's less than a 1/4, but more than an 1/8. So you can see on this ruler, on the Tim Holtz ruler, the little dotted lines in between are 1/8. So it's just a little bit bigger than that, which I think is great because that would be perfect on 1/4 inch. Okay. I also, just to make it worth it, I guess, I wanted to see if it was the same stuff. But I will get my normal tapes, like my 3/8 and my 1/4 inch and my 1/2 inch from the local shop that I do business with. But I just wanted to see. But they also had 5/8 inch, which is something I like. And that can be hard to find in a lot of shops. And then they had this one. And this is 2 inches. And they have very good prices. Let me do something here. Let me look on my computer. I'm busy working on some stuff. It is an Etsy shop, and it's an actual shop that's Suquane. I'm gonna follow her, but they stock over 10,000 items in their warehouse. So, and you can visit their shop. And the 1/5 inch tape that I got is $4.30, and it's free shipping with no minimum. You can get 30 rows of a 1/4 inch for $100. $5 for a 1/4 inch. 1 inch is $14.50. That's what I got. I got the sampler pack, and you get one of each in it. But I think I'm going to order some more of the 1/5. They got 5 rows for $13.90. So, because I think that is going to be great to use it, along with the 1/8 inch. Because if you take the 1/4 or the 1/5 inch and add the 1/8 inch in, you got a 1/4 inch. So yeah, check them out. Like I said, it's in it's an Etsy shop under Suquane Tape. Let me make sure that you're seeing this. Okay. So this is the nice card they sent me. And you can email them directly. Because you're buying direct from the manufacturer, yes, the price is going to be cheaper. But I always highly recommend support your local online and brick and mortar small craft shops as much as you can, okay? And it's 100% money back guarantee. And like I said, it's free shipping. So if you're looking for specific sizes that don't get carried in the shop, in the online or your brick and mortar ones, check this out. Like I said, it was fast. Okay, so that was one thing. The other thing is at Joann's. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Joann's. I do not like their Park Lane cardstock. It doesn't cut right for me for some reason. But I was in there the other day and I noticed they have started carrying their own brand of designer paper. I just picked up 2 of them. They were on sale. This one is called No Prob Llamas. And pardon the thunderstorms. We're having a thunderstorm around here. Hope my electricity doesn't go out. But I just picked up 2 of them that really kind of caught my eye. And here's the thing. On it, this one is 24 sheets, printed cardstock, all printed cardstock. And this is No Prob Llamas. So it's all llamas. And I know llamas are big, so is the Southwest. But I love these colors, and I thought, oh, they're pretty. And it's thick. I mean, it's not paper, and it's not heavyweight. It's 65 pounds, I would guess. It doesn't say. Hold on the back. This is printed by American Crafts. Okay. So, I mean, this would make, you'd have to use more than one paper pad if you're doing a large one, but for a small album, 24 sheets, perfect. That's 12 by 12. The other one I got is this one called Free Spirit, and in this one there's 34 sheets, so it's an odd number of sheets. And it includes glitter, embossed, foil, linen, and mulberry paper. So, if nothing else, check it out. Look at these colors. And this is double-sided. And it's, again, that 65-pound cardstock. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Look at those colors. And I haven't seen paper like, look at that. This one is kind of Native American theme. Then you have this with this. Of course, you got to have llamas. Yeah, they're llamas. Thought for a moment they were camels. But you got these cut aparts, and they say things like good vibes, wishful thinking, wander, wonder, love, carpe diem, onward and upward, thank you. It's a good day to have a good day. Enjoy the good life, hope, friends forever, positive vibes, dreamer, good luck, groovy, wild child. Of course, if you were raised in the 60s, you know all those terms. All right. And it's striped on the back. And they give you 2 sheets of each. Look at this elephant. And This has embossing on it, gold embossing. And it's shiny. It's not the flat white. It's shiny gold embossed. And that's got that on the back. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? And then there's this one. We're getting into the embossed papers. And all of them have a plain side. Back side. And then we have some gold. Okay. Then we have mulberry paper. Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous teal. Then we have glitter. I'm not a big fan of glitter. Then we have this sheet. Look at this one. And this is embossed. So there is a design embossed on it. Now these are the ones, the glitters and everything here are single side. And they are a little lighter. I don't know if this is mulberry paper. It might be. And then they have linen. And it's in double-sided colors. You get 2 sheets. That's 2. There's 3. There's 4. So you get 8 sheets. So you have some coordinating linen cardstock to go with the paper pad, which is nice, which is very nice. I like that. You know, for whatever you need it for. But I think this stuff here is mulberry paper or heavier foam, because I know this is mulberry paper. But yeah, so I found this at Joann's. I might go back if they have it more of it on sale. Okay, the next thing. I got both the cat and the dog in here because it's thundering out. If you go to Hobby Lobby, they're having sale on all their Paper Studio stuff. So I got a bunch of that. On their punches and everything. However, they are also having a major sale on their paper packs. And I bought quite a few of them. These are the cards. I like these to make brag books with. This is 9th Street, 120 sheets. Normally it's $8.99. $2.24. So, I mean, that's $6.75 off. Murphy Square, the same. The Home Collection. This one I hadn't seen before. And I thought it looked interesting. That Murphy Square one, I may do up a brag book for my sister. Her last name is Murphy. Oh, I like this. So yeah, I mean, with 120 sheets, you know, and there's like 30 designs, you can make up quite a few brag books. Then we got Against the Grain, which is a lot of wood type things. Oh, I love that one with the teals. So it's a lot of wood. And this is light paper. This is lightweight cardstock. This one's paper. That one's a little heavier paper. Harper's Boutique, they've had that one for quite a while, and that one's a little heavier paper. Then they got this one at the corner of Chambray and Fabulous. Again, all these were $2.24, and I got 6 of them. 2, 4, 6. So that's 12, 13. I could do this math in my head if I wanted to, but I'm being lazy. Okay, 2.24 times 6 equals 13.44, and that's less of than what 2 of these would cost me normally. Okay, and I hadn't seen this. Oh, great mail paper. I'm always on the lookout for good mail paper. A lot of the plaids. It's a lot of grays and browns and blacks. So yeah, this would be a good neutral paper. So I got 6 of those for less than what it would have cost me to buy 2 of them. All right, so there's that. There. Back to this side. Some of this stuff I got is going into a prize I'm doing when I reach 200. So, all right. Now, they have these hanging up, and they're usually anywhere. I'll talk about their paper here in a minute. Okay. They usually range about $90, $10 there at Hobby Lobby. $2.69, $2.49. So I got this one about a little girl. The boy one wasn't marked. The last 2 Gypsy Rose they have. I got the 2 of the Happily Ever After paper crafting kits because these are good for wedding and anniversaries. I got the Always and Forever, which is going with this. So, because when you look at the back, this is a lot of golds and blacks. This is a lot of grays and silvers. So you can actually put them together. And I had some other paper pads these would go with. Then I found this Old World Travel, which I am so happy because I'm commissioned to do an album, and she wants to use. I've got the paper pad here. If I can do it with a Echo Park's Getaway. So I'm going to incorporate these 2, and then when I was at Joann's, I found. I found this one, Vintage Memories. So I'm going to be probably incorporating all 3. I got to do my video for her. It's going to be a large album. That's why I need a lot of paper for it. So I got that. And like I said, these were $2.49, and I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, 2.49 times 6 equals $14.94. So I picked them up for less than what I would have paid to buy 2 packs. Okay, that was not all they had on sale. They also had a lot of their paper pads on sale. Now, for what it would have cost me to buy 1 of these, I got 3. I got this one called a Fairy Tale Evening, because I've got a couple wedding albums I got to do. This one's called The Getaway, and that, but yeah. So good prices. For what I would have spent to buy 1 or 2, I got multiples. So if you have Hobby Lobby near you, check it out. I have probably about 8 of them. My husband would kill me if I went to all of them. But yeah, I'm very happy with that because I've got stuff to make. I'm starting to gear up so that I can get stuff ready for the holiday shopping and that. All right. Now, they had all their Paper Studio stuff for 50% off. I actually went there for this, and I think I paid 25 cents a sheet. I'd gone there the other day, and it was 25 cents a sheet. Because I need this for a project. We'll put that there. Now, they've changed their logo on their paper. If you remember, it used to be this black one, and that's what it looked like. You know, it had Paper Studio up here, the color, the price, and everything. Well, they've changed their logo on their paper. And that, which I think is great. I mean, now it's white. It tells you the color, how many sheets are in there, cardstock pack, one color, 12 by 12. I wish they would do more single color packs like this. Even if it's in the 20 or the 12 by 12s, I'd buy them. But I need this for a project. But I'm gonna go on to these ones. They're starting to put the other label on. I think I saw them with the other label. I do know they have the big 200 count packs with the white labels on. Now, something I have noticed, and I'm normally very store loyal. Let's put it that way. I don't like Joann's cardstock, plain cardstock. They're Park Lane. To me, it doesn't seem to cut right. I like to use either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Sometimes if I'm doing something real special, I'll splurge and buy the artisan cardstock from Country Craft Creations. Now, what I've noticed over the last year is in their black, just in the black, it is softer. It feels softer than what it used to feel like. And the other thing is, when you cut it, okay, with the rotary cutter, it's not so bad. Well, not everybody uses a rotary cutter, right? Use the cutters with the blades on them. This, if you can see that. It shreds. And I have a new blade. Now, I thought originally it was my blade. Turns out it wasn't. Because I tried that one. That's one type of Fiskars. Here's another Fiskars. And these all have new blades in them. It still shreds. Not as bad because it's a new blade. But I mean, it shouldn't shred. I mean, I've got these little, I don't know if you can see them. But you see those little, like, edges sticking up? It's not as bad as this one. But it happens. And I even did it with using a Paper Studio cutter. I don't know where I put that one. I've been working on my craft things, so stuff gets moved around. But I even did it with that. So I went and emailed them. They asked for pictures. I sent them pictures. Then they asked if I would send them a sample of the paper. I said, sure. They said, you know what? They said, in further review, we don't need The sample, because your pictures are very clear, and because I showed it on 3 different cutters. Just to make sure. For some reason, it's fine on a rotary, but like I said, not everyone has a rotary, and even on the rotary, it's shredding a little bit. You're getting a little fluff on the ends. But yeah, if you buy, they're black and it's shredding on you, write them. They want to know. Because it's something to do with the manufacturer. Now, the big packs, on the other hand, the big packs with the 50 or 200 in them, not a problem. So I don't know if they changed manufacturers or if, like I think I have somewhere. If they changed manufacturers, if they changed formula, or what. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, that's just what it is. So I took it and wrote them, and they're looking into it. So if you come across the same issue, write them and let them know. They say that if you're unhappy, you can take it back with your sales receipt. But I've bought so many packs, I don't remember, and I don't keep all my sales receipts, which I probably should, but I don't. Okay, now my final thing. Yes, I'm on a little bit of a rant today. I had a craft fair on Saturday, so I wasn't able to watch videos for National Scrapbook Day when they appeared. So I had to wait until I came home, and yes, I was tired and that, but I still watched them. And I realized something while I was watching these videos. I'm going to open up these punches. I watch a lot of videos. I have over 300 people I subscribe to so far. And I know there's probably going to be more over the year. Because I find people are doing YouTube videos, they're showing how to do things, and it's things that I want to learn, it's techniques, you know. It could be the same technique. I can watch 5 different people, excuse me. Excuse me. I can watch 5 different people do the same technique and they all do it differently. And I like that because I can take a little bit from this one and a little bit from that one, you know, and make it so that it works for me. Let's put it that way. That's how excuse me. That's how I work. Anyways, I was watching like I said, I was watching the videos and I noticed something. I noticed that those designers who do videos that I really like are the ones who take and they show you how to do something. They show you how to make something. And then they give you tips and tricks, but they don't lead you by the hand on how to decorate it. I mean, they don't take and coddle you, put it that way. I really like those designers. You know, okay, they show me how to create the book. Let's say an album. They show me how to create it. They show me how to set it up, how what sizes to cut, how to put the pages together, how to put the album together. Fine. They may give me some examples of how they decorated pages, but they aren't holding my hand. Other ones I like are those who say, okay, this is how I decorated it. And if you are doing it, you want to recreate the same book as me, this is how I cut it in it. I have no problem with that. I do get a little annoyed when it seems like it's going on forever and ever and ever. But the ones that really annoy me are the ones who treat me not as an adult watching them, but as a little child. And that I don't know a darn thing. I don't know how to hold scissors. I don't know how to cut. I don't know how to use a ruler and that. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a couple I watch. They take and they point out, okay, if you're looking, because not everybody nowadays is familiar with how to do 16ths and 8ths and that, and they don't know what all those measure. So, I mean, point it out, give them a quick little 10-second lesson on it, and go on. The ones I'm talking about are the ones who harp on it. Not once, not twice, but 5 or more times. That goes. They, like I said, they treat you like you don't know a darn thing. And I understand there are people who are just starting out. But if you know anything about, well, some people don't, but people have experiences and they are able to use those experiences to learn. An example I used when I taught was, you know how to bake a chicken. Okay, let's say you want to bake a goose. Okay, same concept. Goose may be greasier. You may have to season it differently. You may have to cook it at a different time, length of time and things like. But if you know how to cook a chicken, you can use those skills to cook a goose. If it's that type of thing. What I really hate are those who are patronizing, I guess is the word I'm looking for. They come off sickly sweet. I don't know how to describe it, but it just annoys me. I mean, I'm a person. I'm an adult. Yes, I understand there may be teenagers and preteens watching these videos as well, but don't treat them as though they're 2 years old or 3 or 5 years old. And when you're teaching someone, you're never going to be able to take and reach everyone, teach everyone, because everyone learns differently. We have people who are auditory, they hear by listening. We have people who are kinesthetics, and they learn best by doing, by actually doing it with you. Then we have the visual learners. They want to see it being done. They want to see you take the ruler, line it up, make the mark, then take the paper and put it in the cutter. Your auditories wants to hear you tell them, okay, you're going to take your ruler, you're going to lay it down so that this edge is at 1 3/4. Then you're going to mark it at 4 inches and 6 1/2. Then you're going to take it to your cutter and cut along those lines. Your kinesthetics are saying, okay, here is what I am doing, follow along. They actually get more out of doing it. That's why when you have kinesthetic learners, they can sometimes be distracting because they got to be fiddling with something. But that's how they learn. They're not ignoring you or anything, but that's how they learn. But you're never going to be able to reach 100% of your audience when you're teaching them. You got to aim for the middle. You got to make it so that you're going to aim for the middle group, because that's your biggest learning group. You're very new are right here over on this side, and they're a small group. You're very experienced, or they know darn well what they're doing, and They're just watching you to be distracted is over here, and they're a small group. The group you want to get is this group in the center. You want to reach them. You want to give them the most information in the most concise and precise way. But you don't want to treat them like they're children or idiots, or, be condescending. You want to take and make it so that, yes, they have fun. You want to make it so that you keep them interesting and engaged. You want to take and teach them something new. You want to make it so that, yeah, you'll reach a few in this group over here, this very inexperienced, brand new. You'll probably reach a few of those. You probably teach something new to these ones over here that are really experienced, and you're just a distraction for them. But you want to take them, keep them engaged. You want to give them information. And basically, when I write scripts for classes, in case you didn't know, I volunteer for the Army and I write classes for them. I teach for the Army. And we would take and we would make it so that we would hit all three learners. What we would do is, when we start a new section, or even the beginning of the class, we would tell them what we were going to tell them and kind of hook them in. We're kind of baiting them. We're trying to reel them in to keep their interest. And the big thing, as we go into the different sections, we have to keep doing that. We have to keep luring that bait. It's a carrot and stick thing, basically. The thing is, though, you got to make the carrot either bigger, or you got to change it a little bit so it's a little more appealing. And that. So we're in the beginning, we tell them what we're going to tell them. Then we tell them, and we show them, and we help them. We give them exercises and things to do so that they can learn the concepts. Because when you look at retention rates, the highest retention rate, which is like 90%, is when they actually hear it, see it, say it, repeat it, teach it back. So, you got to get all those in there. And then once we've taught them, we verify the learning. We ask them questions. We ask them not necessarily yes or no questions. We ask them questions like, what is one concept you learned? Or what was one new thing you learned today? So we kind of reinforce the learning that way. We take and we, after we get everything done, we kind of just briefly tell them what we told them. So we start out with telling them what we're going to tell them in a brief synopsis. Then the main body of it is we teach them. We give them the information. We reinforce it. We help them internalize the concepts or whatever we're teaching them. Then we take and summarize what we taught them. And when you do that, and you don't do it in a way that makes people feel like they're stupid, like they don't know what they're doing, that you are so much better than them because look at what I can do. You can't do that, especially when you're teaching people. It's a big turnoff, and it's very irritating. And I know some people suffer through a class because they're going, well, maybe next time I'll be able to catch on. But the thing is, if whoever is doing the instructor keeps on in that vein of that condescending vein of, I am so superior to you, you don't know nothing, look at how great I am, they're going to lose them. And those people will never learn. They will never appreciate what they can accomplish. And actually, it's a big blow to their ego. Because I think, especially as crafters, crafting artists, however you want to put it, We have to be encouraging. We have to make them realize that there are no mistakes in crafting. There are just creative opportunities. If you make a mistake, it's fine. There's no crafting fairy or crafting police that's going to come out and, you know, give you a fine or slap your hand or take away your crafting privileges for however long. They're not going to put you in crafting jail. We have to make them realize that, yes, I can do this. It may not be as good as theirs, but you know what? It's mine. I made this. This reflects me. That's another thing we have to encourage, is putting themselves into whatever they're making. Put a little bit of themselves in it, because when you're crafting, that's what you're doing. You're putting a little bit of yourself into everything you do. When I do a commission album, I put a little bit of myself in there. Yes, I take and I send a video with the papers, with suggestions of page styles and things like that. And I give whoever is ordering this a lot of input, because I want them to feel as if they've had a lot of input and they're invested in this, and that they've put a little bit of themselves into it too, into this gift. It's not just something they picked up and bought and that's it. They actually put something of themselves into it by me doing this. And when I'm teaching, I try and do that as well. I try and make it so that whoever is watching me can say, okay, I can do that. Let me try it. All right, she does it this way, but you know what? I think if I try it this way, it'll work better for me. We've got to encourage that. We've got to encourage all the new and old, or I don't want to say old, but seasoned crafters, and those in between. We got to take and encourage all crafters, all artists, crafting artists, to not only expand their crafting box. You know, it used to be step outside your box, step outside your comfort zone. I say expand it, make it bigger, so that you are more comfortable in trying these new things, because you probably already have the skills, because you've done something similar that gives you skills that you can use to translate into doing something new. I mean, paper crafting, yeah, I never did much of it when I was a teenager. And before that, I was knitting, crocheting, and sewing, and um, learning how to tat. And my mother and I took classes for like smocking, you know. um, but I had those skills. So when I came into paper crafting, I'm going, okay, this is something totally new. So I watched a lot of videos and go, wait a minute, I can do this. I know how to measure. I know how to, um, gluing is something you learn in kindergarten or preschool. I can do that. All right, I can do this. That's how my very first paper project really was 48 junk journals for a reunion I was going to. Um, and it's grown since then, because now I'm getting commission pieces. I just this past Saturday I just delivered five albums to one lady. 4 of them were teachers' gifts and 1 was a baby album. And I gave her input, gave her my opinion when she wasn't sure about things. And she almost cried when she saw them. She goes, oh my gosh, they turned out even better than I thought. But she had investment in it. She had in these too, because of how I brought her in with these. And there was another lady thinking about doing a commission album. And the first lady with the 5 albums, she's going, look at these. Aren't these great? She goes, she did a wedding album for me. I need another one. I'm going to have her do one. So word of mouth is great. But, we've got to encourage them. Some people like simple, clean, elegant. And that's what they're excellent at and they're good at. But it doesn't mean that they can't do what I call a frou-frou, which is a lot of ribbons and laces and um, fancy edges and things like that. They just need to be guided in order to make sure that they're comfortable doing it. And once they get the first or second one down, guess what? They've expanded their box. They've expanded their crafting box. So, okay, I've gone on long enough on my rant. So yeah, be on the lookout because I'm about 20 some people away from 200, and I have a drawing, and that'll be a Tim Holtz small stamping platform with bag, and there'll be some other goodies in there too. So be on the lookout for that, and thanks for watching. If you stayed this long, thanks for listening. We'll see ya.